What's up, good people? Welcome back to Princess Gardens Worm Farm. My name is Alicia, the founder of this here vermicompost center. And today we're just doing a little bit of a bin check-in. So the last time you guys saw this bin, I was setting the worms up in their new home. So we fed right over in this zone. And as you guys can see, the paper towel has pretty much been broken all the way down. There's still little bits and pieces here and there. Like this, but for the most part the worms have eaten all of that. And if we dig a little bit down in here, you guys will see the worms kind of just finishing up their food. There's a little bit of eggshell left, but yeah, for the most part they've just left worm castings, which is quite lovely. And then you can see some little wormies on there. So yeah, that's what happens when you feed your waste to the worms. I did add an apple in here. Ooh, I can see it moving. Oh, that's so gross, guys. Even though I love vermicomposting and the worms, I love them to death, but I still get a little grossed out by by the way they move. So it's so gross. So I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the apple is kind of like moving because there's worms underneath there. Can you guys see the worms under there? Hold on, let me zoom in real quick. So there's all the worms consuming this lovely apple half that Maven wasted. She does that. And so when she does waste, we divert her little tiny waste to the worms and they finish it happily. So we're gonna be feeding the worms today. Let's see what they have on the menu. So today they have a little bit of cilantro. Now before I continue on, anybody that has really good recipes that include cilantro, minus like guacamole and taco stuff, let me know, because I always tend to waste cilantro and I would like not to. So yeah, let me know what recipes you guys have. And yeah, they have some frozen strawberries and mangoes that went bad and they got frozen. So as you guys can see, there's lots of, excuse me, cannoli. Cannoli's like, oh, is it snack time? No, not for you. But yeah, these went bad in the freezer just because my freezer, like, stop cannoli, defrosted and then refrosted, and then these mangoes and strawberries didn't taste very yummy. So I'm sure the worms are gonna love them. Oh, I was saying there's plenty of water on here, so I'm not gonna add too much water into the bin. But yeah, let's go ahead and get going. So I'm just gonna kind of dig a little feeding zone for these guys. Set this off to the side. There's plenty of worms. I'm sure you guys can see them moving and grooving down in here. They're gonna be a little irritated that I'm messing with them. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, so these apples over here also are gonna help to churn, whatever, or just finish up whatever cocoa core is left in here. The worms will eat through that and things like that. So yeah, plenty of worms that are happy and healthy and moving and grooving. So that's what we like to see. And then we're just gonna, oh, look at this one. He's huge. Or it is huge. Okay, so we're just gonna add all of this delicious fruit. The good thing about all this ice that's on here is that we don't have to give them too much water. They'll kind of, cannoli, will you, I don't know why she's licking this camera stand, y'all. She's so weird. Yeah, so we got that. Boom. Lovely. All right, let me grab the diatomaceous earth and our eggshells. All right, so we got our diatomaceous earth. I got it at Walmart for like $7.99, I think, and it's food grade. Cannoli, move. Cannoli eats this as well in her feedings. It helps naturally deworm and de-parasite humans and animals. Adding some eggshell for grit, back cannoli. And I'm covering my mouth when I use these dusty things because I don't want those particles to get into my respiratory system. I'm trying to be great out here. All right, perfect. So we've got our feeding zone here. Last time we fed here. So yeah, everything's looking good. We're just gonna go ahead, cover this little feeding zone back up. The worms are pissed because I'm messing with them yet again. Yep, so we got them nice and covered up. Make sure gnats and all that doesn't get in here. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. The other day when I went to feed, or not to feed, but to check in, there was like some maggots feasting on a worm that had died. I don't know if I mentioned this, but when you guys put your worms in a new bin, you should expect to see like some worms die, which is really sad, but you know, all of them don't adjust really well to the new environment or whatever. So just a little disclaimer. But yeah, I had left the top off and put the bin outside, and you guys know they had eaten bok choy, which is kind of pungent like cabbage or broccoli or whatever. And so flies got in it and I guess laid some eggs or whatever, so their larva was feasting on, ew, so gross, was feasting on one of my worms. I was pretty sad and grossed out, so I just dug all of the maggots out, and because it wasn't very many of them, but it was enough. So I'm just gonna lay a bag that I got from King Soopers. That was a little gnat. A bag that I got from King Soopers in here, and then I'm gonna wet it down. So this is a great way to divert your paper waste as well. Come on. Yeah, she swear everything is about her. I'm just gonna give them a little bit of a spritz of water. Keep it nice and moist. Keep the worms happy and able to move. I'm not gonna add a whole bunch of water because, like I said, they're feeding. That frozen fruit had a grip of water on it, so they don't really need to have that much water added this time. So yeah, things are looking great and healthy in this bin. All of the worm bins here at Princess Gardens look just like this, so I don't want to bore you guys with me going through and feeding each bin. But so yeah, and your bin can look like this too if you choose to divert your organic matter with through vermicomposting. Your bin will look just like this. And if you don't want to work with the worms in your home, we do offer a pickup service where we come pick up your waste. And I'm just mixing this in a little bit so that the worms can work through it and process through it. But it's just like the husk from the cocoa core and the rice hulls that they came in, their bedding in was in. So yeah, we'll set you up a bin here if you're in the Denver metro area. Set your bin up here and, you know, collect your food scraps, and you'll have your worm bin here. And yeah, so yeah, all of our bins look like this. They're nice, healthy, functioning, thriving bins, and they are diverting pounds upon pounds upon pounds of organic kitchen scraps every single day, which is quite lovely. So if you guys have questions about how to get started, or you have questions about your current bins, go ahead and leave them in the comments, or you can hit me up in my DM and I'll be sure to answer whatever questions I can. Until next time, stay safe and keep diverting your waste. Peace.